What's going on, Soul Tribe? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling awesome on this New Year's Eve. I thought for today, I thought I'd do just like a little bonus video for you all, just to show you how much I appreciate you subscribing, doing all the likes, shares, donations, all that awesome stuff here. And I thought I'd do like a just kind of like a yearly spread. We'll go through each month. I'll pull a card, kind of feel the energies out, get a clarifier as need be, and of course a good old surprise card at the end, because you know how I like spoiling ya. And I guess just one thing before we jump into it, just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Soul Tribe. Now, let's jump into it. If you watch my other channel, that makes so much more sense, I promise. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. Oh, and I should say, because, you know how I feel about debuting new decks for things like this stuff here. I got a deck for this situation here, and it's so fresh. I haven't used it yet, so I don't even remember the name of it. Mystical Universe Tarot deck. That's what we're working with today, Soul Tribe. So I'll if you like this deck, I'll include a link for this deck, and there'll be other decks that I like down in the description box below. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. So the first card is going to represent January and the energy that we're bringing for this month. So higher self. What is the energy that Soul Tribe's bringing for January? Let's see how we're putting our best foot forward here, Soul Tribe. Oh, Soul Tribe. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse here, and I got some feelings about that here, because then you know what, and with her coming up reverse, you might too, because if the Queen of Cups, when she pops up in reverse like this, something has happened in the past. Maybe we've had a rough 2023. Maybe, and who knows? It could be. I'm not even sure how recent or how long this is lasting. I won't let this be like the whole year has been treating you bad. Let's hope it's maybe been like the last couple days, but either way, you're in a place right now where where our emotions aren't feeling quite right. We're just in this, we're not quite seeing the wisdom and whatever is going down in this situation here. Could be, maybe it's been, we're just getting, New Year's Eve, maybe we might be alone this year. We might be like maybe thinking about maybe like ancestors that are passed, or maybe family members that might have passed, or like, maybe we're in different states, or maybe even different countries from our family, our friends, however that's looking like for you. It's just really kind of got you off kilter here. But Soul Tribe, this is not something I feel like, be with this energy. It's tough, because anytime the Queen of Cups pops up in reverse, that does hit the feels a little bit. So I do get that, when we're in this thing, whatever this is looking like for you, Soul Tribe, that this can possibly be real heavy, but there's growth from this thing, especially from the Queen of Cups, because the thing with the Queen of Cups is this is Cancerian energy, and she's the type that whatever has gone down in her past, that's she learns from this stuff here. She can't, if she dwells on this thing here, then she's going to be all messed up in the present here. But if she takes the wisdom from these situations here, whatever has happened to you, and uses them to grow from this thing, and to so that she can come into the new year kind of like stronger and better than she was the day before. That's how the Queen of Cups comes in. She's striving to be a better version of herself than she was, even let's say a day ago. But I feel like she's even trying to live in it like moment to moment. It's just like, am I being more mindful? Am I doing this? Can I do that? The Queen of Cups, it's a constant thing with her. But she's and that to say, Soul Tribe, is not to let that daunt you, or let that seem daunting or anything like that. You are more than whatever it is that's got you down here. It's just remembering that, and again, just taking that nugget of wisdom that you can from this thing, because this is some tough foundation to be on here. But you're not in this alone, Soul Tribe. Not even just with, hopefully with who's around you in your actual, in your area. Help me out here. You know what I'm talking about. or if it's just, you know, the soul tribe here, know you're not alone in this thing. You know, you don't have to tackle this by yourself. You know, we're going to work through this energy in the year. We're going to grow this. If anything, look at this. You know, if we've been feeling that like we're at rock bottom, maybe coming into the year here, you know, maybe we didn't put our best foot forward. Guess what? You only can go up from here. We're at the start of the year. We just tripped a little bit. It's fine. You know, we were a little overzealous maybe coming to try to get out of 2022. So keep that faith, that faith, soul tribe. We got this thing. And you know what? Let's see how we got this thing. Let's move on to February. Let's see. So we had a tricky start. No judgment here, but let's see where we're nice. Because you got, okay, I dig that. You got 4 cups here. And so I feel like with this, you know, as we're moving into February, you know, deal with this Queen of Cups energy in reverse. Deal with this as you need to, but we want to make sure that we are being receptive to the other gifts that the universe has to offer us here, because, you know, this situation, this isn't it. You know, this is just something this is a place for you to grow right now. And with the 4 of Cups, you know, sometimes, you know, we can get into this place where if we're not, I don't want to say grateful for what's happening to you, but grateful for what's going to come out of this thing, soul tribe, then we get to this place of where we're just like, where we're missing opportunities here because we're just focusing on all the bad stuff. You know, we're focusing on that we're stuck, you know, that we're this, that we're that, as opposed to, okay, yeah, I'm in this thing, but, you know, I feel a little bit better today. You know, I was able to, I only stayed in bed 7 hours as opposed to 8 hours wallowing. You know, that's a bit extreme, but you know what I'm saying. You know, look at, as we're going through this thing, you know, every moment that you're getting better, you know, this is, that's growth, and that's worthy of celebrating. And I really feel like too, Soul Tribe, that we would all definitely benefit from just like practicing just like a little bit of gratitude. You know, I feel like that's been something that I've been thinking about like the last few weeks. And whatever that looks like for you, it can be something, you know, if I'm feeling kind of lazy, an easy one for me, I'm always grateful for my tea in the morning, you know, grateful for camera stuff to be on, to even be able to just do this with you here, you know, each week, you know, doing all this stuff here. So it's just like let that be a reminder as well to, you know, when we get stuck in this Queen of Cups energy here. And I really feel like that's going to help shape this, you know, that's going to help get this momentum here, you know, get our feelings kind of in line here as we're moving through this year. Because again, this is early, Soul Tribe. If anything, it's probably best that we go ahead and get this stuff out the way now, so that we can, you know, it's cold outside, you know, depending on where you're at, it might still be a little cold in this time, you know, so you can take this time and hermit and be with this energy here, so that when the sun comes out, it's getting springtime, summertime, we can go out there with that enthusiasm. But, you know, I'm talking about it. Let's get to March. Higher self, how's the energy looking for March? You know, we're practicing gratitude now. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit lighter. You know, our Queen of Cups is becoming upright. How are we feeling? Nice. We got the 2 of Swords in reverse here. And I feel like with this, you know, maybe we're in a place where I feel like, you know, we're kind of at a crossroads right now, you know, and with whatever that's looking like for you. I feel like that could be a number of things. You know, maybe we're at a crossroads with business, you know, are we going to do X or are we going to do Y, you know? And then if we're with, like, let's say we're dealing with feelings, you know, am I going to continue to feel like this, or do I want to take action to feel better? You know, the month of March, I feel like is going to be about, you know, trusting your gut, you know, following your instincts on this thing. You know, when we find ourselves at a crossroads, it's easy to stagnate and, you know, to kind of stay in this realm if we're not, if we're feeling overwhelmed, or if we're feeling anxious, or we feel like we don't want to, you know, indecisive, you know, however this could potentially, you know, resonate with you when we get to that time. But it's about trusting your gut, Soul Tribe. You know where you want to go at the end of this thing, and to not let, and to really, because I really feel like an emphasis on that, you know, to not second guess yourself on this thing. You know, when you've made the decision, it's been made. You know, could we maybe double back on some stuff? Sure, but I feel like it's about, once you make that thing, follow through and tweak it as you go, Soul Tribe. But let's get a little bit more on this 2 of Swords here. Higher self, can we clarify the 2 of Swords, please? Yeah, let's get a little bit more on that, Soul Tribe. Let's see what that's about there. You got the King of Swords in reverse. And I believe it or not, I like that, because I feel like if we get to this could, when we get at this crossroads, you know, sometimes when those fork in the roads happen in life, I feel like this is exactly what happens. You know, for some of us, we can get into this place of where we panic, you know, where we're just like, where we get like, it just like really kind of throws us off, you know, where we can feel like we're confused, or, you know, we feel like we don't have all the tools, or, you know, all that doubt, that second guessing, all of that slowly starts creeping in. And then look at that. It's just royalty is just standing on their heads. And you know what, Soul Tribe? We don't need to be there. We can be, and you know how I feel about this. When it comes to everyone's journey is a little bit different, and you know I'm gonna be there with you to go however along this thing, however go along with you. You know what I'm trying to say, Soul Tribe. I got your back. I may not be able to sentence sometimes, which I'm getting better, but I'll definitely be alongside of you. So, you know, alongside with you when you're going through this thing, you know, when we're feeling that confusion. So when you're feeling that, if you're feeling overwhelmed, pause. Just take a moment, collect yourself. Get your feelings and your thoughts, you know, take a moment and get those all kind of reined in, and just like, okay, what is it that I'm feeling right now? Why am I feeling this way? You know, what is it that, you know, let's analyze this thing so that we can become more proactive than we are reactive. Because when our Queen of Cups and King of Swords are in reverse here, it's just, we're just knee-jerk reactions for days. And, you know, we want to be more mindful with our energy here, you know, because you have so much potential to work with here, Soul Tribe. So that's just something to think about. You know, don't when you feel like you're ready, you're about to just like stall, or you know that you're not sure where to go. Just take a moment, pump the brakes, reassess, and then go back out there and go get it. Let's move on to April here. So higher self, what's April looking like for Soul Tribe? You know, we're getting a little more clarity. You know, we've hit that crossroads. What's April looking like for us? Okay, nice. You got the Five of Swords here. And I feel like with this popping up, you know, I feel like this is about, you know, when we get to this place, you know, especially like, you know, at that kind of like that crossroads type of area, you know, and maybe for some, if we have others that are maybe trying to help us through this thing, you know, maybe other members of your soul tribe, your friends, family, you know, however that's resonating for you. I feel like the energy for April is going to be just like I feel like it's going to be a time of collaboration, you know. I feel like, because the Five of Swords is normally like a card of like competition, a card of like, you know, kind of like just doing all for you, you know, trying to be the best for the best's sake, you know, but not working well with others. But I feel like this is about, you know, more so being receptive to partner with other people, you know, to not let's say, especially I feel like, for example, you know, if we come to this crossroads here and we might need some guidance, you know, maybe looking for a second opinion here, you know, it's okay to ask for help sometimes, Soul Tribe. But I feel like there's a difference between having someone make decisions for us and someone providing us, like giving us their 2 cents, or, you know, providing like providing their opinions here. And I feel like it's about distinguishing that, you know, that's what April's going to be about, you know, finding those people that are trying to raise you up, that are trying to help you embody the best version of yourself, so that you can do the same thing for them, you know, that we're not competing against each other, that we're raising each other up here. But let's get a little bit more on that Five of Swords here. Higher self, can we get a little bit more on the Five of Swords, please? Let's get a touch more on that. Thank you, higher self. Okay. You got the Four of Swords in reverse here. And that's kind of what I was feeling with this thing. It's like, because it's exhausting. You know, I feel like when you're competing against other people, it's I feel like we want to get to this place where we're surrounding ourselves with people who want to better us, so that we're using our energy more efficiently, because when we're with the Four of Swords, this is a card of rest, a card of just kind of like pausing and getting our head together, because swords have to deal with intellectual matters. And I feel like, when we're in this place of where we feel like we have to be better than someone else, that's just taken away from us really being able to be to do our best work, if that makes sense, because we're worried about, we're focusing on someone else, if that makes sense. I feel like we want to be in this place that's fostering growth on all fronts. We want to, when you succeed, I succeed. And I feel like that gets you to the place where we push each other, that I doesn't feel like, I feel like maybe sometimes people think like, oh, well, if you're not competitive, then you're not ambitious, or you're not this or not that. It's like, no, we're just ambitious in a better way. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like it's a better way to work with people, to let people like, hey, hey, I see your Queen of Cups in reverse here. How can I provide, how can I help you with that? Oh, and then you notice my ex is blah, 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 blah. And you see we're working, it's simpatico here. We got this symbiosis. So let's keep it moving. Let's hopefully that makes sense for you. Let's get down to what month are we in? We're in May now. Things are starting to warm up. Hopefully we're feeling a little more rested now that we partnered with some people. Let's see what's going on here, Soul Tribe. Okay. You got the Nine of Cups in reverse here. And so I feel like with this popping up, this is tough. Maybe we're at this place now, where we've been focusing with some people, or, you've gotten your energy back, as far as like how we've been maybe working with people. We're keeping that momentum going. So now it's time to figure out, where we can get kind of more from this thing here. You know what I mean? I feel like now the month of May is going to be about kind of like finding that happiness, because it's been we had a tough start here, at the beginning of the year. And, hopefully with practicing gratitude and all this stuff, we've been kind of, all this behaviors, this positive stuff have been kind of compounding here. So now we're at this place, maybe you're might be getting to a place where it's like, okay, I've been putting this stuff to practice, but now I want more, I'm really trying to make this make this permeate around your whole world here, if that makes sense, Soul Tribe. I feel like I'm getting a need for more here, but let's get a clarifier on that. Higher Self, can we clarify the Nine of Cups, please? Yeah, let's get a little bit more on that, Soul Tribe. Yeah, okay. Okay, you got the Seven of Wands here in reverse. And so I feel like, interesting. I feel like with this kind of popping up here, we're getting into this place now where, so you remember how I was talking about with this Five of Swords here and kind of like partnering with people. We want to get to we want to be with people who are going to raise us up, as opposed to who we're competing with. And I feel like with this kind of popping up, if we feel like if we're trying to find happiness by appeasing others, if that makes sense, then I feel like that's going to put you, that's what's going to keep your Nine of Cups in reverse here, where we can't find our happiness, because you're trying to do this for someone else, trying to please someone else, as opposed to trying to do this thing for yourself, because I feel like sometimes maybe with this competitive energy, we're doing this thing to be the best at it, instead of doing this thing because it fulfills us. It's kind of lost that charm a little bit. We've sort of and it's not to say that that's it's not the right thing for you to do. It's just how we're going about it is not feeling right, if that makes sense. And so I feel like with this popping up, the theme for May is going to be less about focusing on what other people are expecting of you, and it's like, what do you expect from you? What does Nine of Cups look like for you? And embodying that, and not because it's one thing again to have someone's opinion on something, to get their 2 cents. But if we're getting to where we can't where we can't make, where we won't make a move without someone's approval, then we kind of get into some weird areas there, because now you're surrendering your power. It's not your journey anymore. You know, you're giving someone this control of what direction your life should take. So just keep that in mind, Soul Tribe. I feel like that's, you know, your happiness is going to be the name, really just throughout all your life. But, you know, I realized we had to get through some things before we got to this point. So now that we've worked some of this stuff out here, let's find out what's going to make you happy, because guess what? We're getting ready to move into June, and the sun's, you know, the sun's coming out. Summertime is on the horizon. You know, depending on where you're at, kids are going to be going on break. You know, it's just good stuff is going to be happening here. So let's see how June's looking. Let's get to we're starting to move into the summer months here. You know, maybe we're feeling a little more independent. What's happening? Oh, I see. We got the Hermit in reverse here. So, Soul Tribe. And that's okay. You can still enjoy the sun, but in the meantime, you know, maybe when we have some downtime, it may be time to kind of deal with this, you know, and whatever that looks like for you, because it has been kind of a weird ride up until now here. Not necessarily, you know, I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing per se, you know, it's a growing thing, you know, but there are lessons here. You know, you're just littered along this trail here so far. So when you have some time, you know, let's just make sure we're not ignoring our need to just kind of like pause and just make sure that we're okay. You know, kind of check in. You know, we're at the 6-month mark here. It's been a lot going on up until now. So let's just kind of do like a check-in. You know, just to make sure that you're good. You know, I'm not saying that you have to be off in the month of June, but it's just, you know, just. If you're feeling any kind of dissonance, you know, whatever that's looking like for you, just take a moment, get into meditate, you know, however that looks like for you. If it's just actually sitting in silence, you know, maybe going for a walk, you know, going for a run, you know, painting, however that manifests for you, Soul Tribe. Be in your happy place, so that you can kind of feel out and see how you're feeling, you know. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and move on from that. Let's get on to July. You know, how's July looking? And no, never mind. Hi yourself. How's July looking? Let's just see how July is looking for the Soul Tribe here. Let's see what's going on. Nice. Look at you, Knight of Cups. And that's what I'm talking about. Because I feel like, you know, that's exactly what's going to come from this Hermit here. And you remember, we were just trying to figure out back in back in May. We were trying to figure out what our happiness looks like here. And now that we've hermited on that thing, you can go out there and get it. Because that's what the Knight of Cups is for me. You know, the Knight of Cups, he's all about all the things that have to deal with the heart, anything that he's really passionate about, that fills all his cups, that brings him joy. Knight of Cups is going to go out there and just go get that with enthusiasm. And I feel like that's going to be you, Soul Tribe. Hopefully you'll find this thing in this hermit phase, you know, however long you've been hermiting. Hopefully you'll find that thing that you love here. And also too, you know, this could be, you know, it's a summer month, you know, people might be, you know, everyone's been working out, you know, feeling good. You know, the Knight of Cups is also going to be a card of romance. So, you know, this could be a time, you know, if we've had our like eye on someone, you know, trying to, you know, maybe make that first move, go make that first move, you know. Worst case they could say is no, in which, you know, with how you've grown here, they'd be silly to say no to you, Soul Tribe. And if they do, Soul Tribe, just keep it moving. You know, there's a bunch of fish in the sea out there. That's only going to resonate for a small few, because, you know, just Knight of Cups, he's bringing that romantic energy. But ultimately, I do feel like, you know, if we found that thing that we've loved in our hermit state, or just at any point, you know, in this journey here, you don't have to wait. Again, you don't have to wait until June to do this stuff here. If we've gotten a clear idea, if you got a clear idea in January how to flip this Queen of Cups, I say go. Let's start right now. Let's go get that thing. So be proactive. Look at you. August. Let's get to August here. So higher self, how's August looking like for the Soul Tribe? Let's see. We've been rocking and rolling here, Soul Tribe. I feel like there's been a good combination. We've Had a little some tough times along the way, but we're growing. We're finding what we love. And look at that. We're getting over things. You got the Three of Swords in reverse. Look at you. I love that. Because three of Swords, this can be some really harsh energy. It's one of those, it's a card of just really sadness, depression, could even be melancholy, just very somber energy. And so with this, I feel like, whatever it is that you've been holding back, I feel like we're starting to, now our Queen of Cups is starting to get up right here, because that's how Queen of Cups does a Three of Swords moment. We take whatever this is, because Three of Swords, it really can hit home sometimes. So however this is looking like for you, we gotta feel it to heal it, but we also to grow from it, we got to keep it moving. We got to keep that momentum there. So I do like that this popped up here, and this is and whenever you feel like in a Three of Swords moment, remember that you can get over these things here, no matter how hard it is in that moment. Let this be proof, that we've been there. You've done it in different ways, and you get a little bit stronger from it each time. Queen of Cups. So let's keep it moving. Let's see, where are we at? September. So higher self. How's September looking? We're getting into, I think it's like what, harvest time? It's getting to that equinox. Let's see what's going on in September for you. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we got the Three of Wands in reverse here. And so I feel like with this, maybe, okay, so we started to get over some things, but maybe we started to lose a little steam there. And that's fine. I feel like sometimes that happens. We might one day, we're feeling like we're over this thing, that we've gotten it in control, and then we're walking down the street, and then something, you'll see like a dog or something will remind you of this situation here, then we're right back in our Three of Swords situation. But that whole elaborate thing is to tell you that it happens. Sometimes we lose that momentum, sometimes, it happens to the best of us, when we get off track there. But it's just the universe reminding you that you're the best in this soul tribe, and it does happen. But it's about recognizing when it happens and not being stuck in it for too long. Why did that happen? Analyzes, what was the trigger for this thing to happen? And then, once you figure out what that is, come on, when this comes around again, you'll just be like, psh, we'll be able to just move along from this thing like it's, because really, how this letting go and all this stuff here, this is Queen of Cups jam. When she's upright, that's, and then top of that, you got King of Swords energy here on top of that, soul tribe. So work with that here. And you know what? Well, I'm thinking about that. This is Gemini's card here. This is in Gemini's about that duality. So when you're thinking about a situation here, you could see it as all the suck, that's going on here, and we can just kind of wallow in that, and that's how you want to paint your picture there, fine. But I challenge you to look from a different way, consider that dual nature, is there another perspective? It's like, okay, yeah, this sucks, but if I did X, Y, and Z, then at least this part wouldn't be so bad. And then when that chips away, it's like, oh, okay, then I can tackle this thing here. And you see how that works here? It all snowballs. And then look at that, you're solving problems like an expert. So let's keep it going. Where are we at? So September, October. So higher self, how's October looking? We're getting towards the end of the year here. It's been quite a journey. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you've enjoyed it so far too, Soul Tribe. You've been bringing me some cool energy here. So let's see how October's looking. Look at you! Queen of Wands! That's what I'm talking about. And I hope you're feeling as revitalized as the energy that I'm coming across right now. Because that's what the Queen of Wands, you want to talk about a boss here. She's the type that, now that we've gotten all those tools that you've gotten while you were Queen of Cupsing, now we can go out there and start doing that good work again. We can start manifesting, because the Queen of Wands, she's got just, for me, it's just like inspiration to the max. This is like, manifestation that it's just like, you can just start cranking stuff out here. You're feeling at your hottest right now. So I say embody that, especially, with this, when this motivation comes through, when you feel that drive and you've found your happiness and all this stuff here. Absolutely, Queen of Wands. Let that tiger that's sitting here. What are we gonna call him? Tim. I'm not sure what we're gonna call this one yet. It's work in progress. But either way, you and nameless tiger here need to go claim what's yours. Go manifest. Make this energy work for you here. Because I like that. I dig that. We're gonna keep it going strong. We've had a hell of a year, but we're ramping up. We're gonna put we may not have started with our best foot forward. Might have tripped into this thing, but I bet you we're gonna get out to this next year. We're gonna go heads held high. Let's get to November here. Now the holidays are starting to settle in. We may be feeling nostalgic, excited, all this stuff. It's season starting to pick up. Let's see what November's looking like here. Nice. Wow, you got the Three of Cups here. So, and I guess that's very appropriate for the holidays, because this is a card about family and a card of like celebration, a card of like abundance, and I feel like abundance in the sense of just like, when we were practicing that gratitude, just like the fact that like, oh, my family's healthy, my friends are healthy, my dogs are, my pets are, healthy, all of that, even my plants, everybody's just in good health. Just like taking this time to and appreciate all that stuff again. I know we did it back in February. I'm not sure if we got a little lazy with it, but let's just be grateful again. Let's just practice just a touch more. We got the energy for it. You just showed me with this Queen of Wands. So what's a little extra? And let's spread that around. Let's really see if we can. Because I tell you what, that type of energy is infectious. If you bring it around all those positive vibrations and all of that. When people pick up on that and they start resonating with that stuff, just see how this can just paint out to be just a lovely little reunion here. So let's where'd your Queen of Cups go? Oh, there she is. I was just like, wait a minute, someone's missing. Here we go. Okay, let's get to the last card here. Well, almost last card. Second to last card. We're in the last month here. We're in December. So we got wrapping things up. It's been a whirlwind of a time. We've laughed, we've cried, we've celebrated, we've lost. How are we feeling towards the end of the year here, Soul Tribe? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, let's see if I can count. You have the Six of Pentacles in reverse here. And I feel like with this coming up, this has been a lot that's been going on here, Soul Tribe. Whatever, this is every year, there's always a lot that's going on here. And so I feel like with the Six of Pentacles popping up, just make sure that we're being, that we're making sure that we have enough energy, let me try that again. It's about, I feel like, being intentional with your energy here, because the Six of Pentacles, usually in other decks, it's like she's saving. There's usually a lady on there. She's saving like 4 pentacles for herself and then distributing 2 pentacles, or I've seen some variation. She usually has more pentacles for her than she's dealing out. And it's not necessarily being selfish in a sense. If she's giving out all her pentacles, then when she has to go do it again, it's just going to take her a lot longer to build up those reserves. Whereas if she's, being a little more efficient with this thing, it's like you can't help everyone, but we can help people out in chunks, kind of do this thing, make this like an everyday thing. But we got to make sure that we have a little bit of reserves for ourselves as well. Otherwise, we're just going to burn out, and then we'll wind up back in with our Queen of Cups being in reverse here, because we haven't taken the time to just like kind of be with like recharge in a sense. But let me get a little more clarification on that before we wrap this thing up. Higher self, can we get a little clarification on this Six of Pentacles, please? Oh yeah, let's get a little bit more on that. Okay. Yeah, you got the Two of Pentacles here. And it's just about finding that balance, Soul Tribe. It's because I know it's like it may come across where it's like, I want you to, it may sound like I want you to be selfish with your energy, but I just want you to be mindful with it. We can't, it's hard to do any type of stuff when you're running on E. So just make sure that we're just being mindful with our energy. That is all. You know what? But let's see, how do I want to do this? Because we got one more card here. And the last card, I guess I'm going to switch up. We're just winging it now at this point, Soul Tribe. The last card that you're going to get is just going to be just kind of how we feel about this overall, the overall energy here. So, higher self, for this New Year's Eve, kicking this off here. And this might be the time, maybe we'll drink some. Maybe this time you're pouring some champagne, doing all that good stuff here. Let's see. Ooh, what's the overall theme? Celebration. 6 of Wands, because this is definitely something worth celebrating. So yes, definitely pop open that champagne because we are getting it on. 2023 is going to be the one, and you know what? Keep that mentality. It's going to be one of those things. It's like, when we're coming into the stuff, it's like we don't want to focus on, 2023 was so awful. I don't want any of that bad stuff going on in 2023. Or, don't bring the bad stuff from 2022. Leave that stuff in the past. We're just looking to the future now, and the future is looking bright. It's looking like we want to celebrate. So, I'm going to leave that there. I like that, Soul Tribe. I hope you enjoyed that too. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Share this bad boy. Let's get everybody geeked up for this new year here. Let's raise that vibration. What better way to go into this new year here than everybody trying to raise that vibration through the roof? How awesome would that be? Hit subscribe. Get that bell button. You'll get notified when I drop random surprises like this one, because there'll be more of that. I'm going to stay tuned. I'm all up on Facebook. It's like, what else are we doing? Facebook. I'm all up on Facebook. You know what? Show me how you're getting down. Show me how we're celebrating the New Year's, all that good stuff. Drop that in the comments. I would love to see how we're all celebrating. And lastly, since you came in with your Queen of Cups all up in reverse, what better place to get her upright than to check out the Chariot and Friends? And I know that's shameless, but the Chariot and Friends is for those of you, if you have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever, or if you're partying with a Cancer and you're trying to figure out what those crazy animals are doing, come check out the Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday. Talk lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. Let me get you a surprise card so I can get you out there just celebrating. Look at this. Soul Tribe, go get it. You got the sun. Go get it. I don't even know. Do I need to explain the sun? Because I will. The sun is Bay. This is a card of happiness. Happiest card for me personally, the only one who might have the sun beat is the Empress. But we could talk a whole 15-20 minutes about that here. But you know what? Let's just focus on, let that be your motivator going to the New Year, Soul Tribe. That's sunshine, bringing in that light. This is what I was talking about. Raise that vibration to the sun, because you just shot mine at least through the roof. So I'm going to leave that there. I love that. Stay safe out there. It's, you know what I mean. It's, we be mindful with how the champagne is flowing. In Soul Tribe, that was fantastic. You know how to raise that vibration. I don't need to tell you that. You're doing that good work, Soul Tribe, and I will catch you on the next one, technically tomorrow, for the water signs.